What's going on, family? Thanks again for subscribing to the channel. I know that we have a lot of things to cover and a lot of content I want to bring your way. Spoken word shows, performances, just value that I can add to you so that we can do this thing together, so that we can build a little bit. Now, the video that we just put up was about being a man and what does it mean to be a man. And I also want to hear from you. I want us to be able to interact so we can start get a foundation on what it means to be a man, because it's something that we need in our communities. I'm a firm believer in the fact that men have to be men. But throughout the years, throughout the culture, the idea of man has become a gray area, so to speak. Between European culture, between hip hop culture, there's a lot of gray area about what it means to be a man. And let's just put it out there. We live in a very toxic environment when it comes to defining what our roles are. And so you have men being sassy, you have women being masculine, you have a lot of different confusion on what it actually means to be a man, so that we can uphold our duty and responsibility. Now, you're gonna hear a lot of things about gender roles, and people are fighting back on gender roles and things like that. This isn't about gender roles per se. This is about fulfilling duty and responsibility to each other so that we can build. We have to build families, we have to build communities, we have to build nationhood. And that has to be fulfilled through our understanding of what it means to be a child, what it means to be a woman, and what it means to be a man. Because we all have duty and responsibilities to each other. We all have duty and responsibility to humanity. So as we start to understand where we fit in, it's like playing on a football team or playing on a basketball team. Everyone has a position. Everyone has to play their role, and everyone has to fulfill their responsibility in order for the team to win. We got too many individuals that just want to play their own game, their own style of offense, and then they don't care about what other people are doing. Now, here's the thing. That works in the European culture because we live in a very individualized nation. But it doesn't work for black people. It doesn't work for black communities because we are a communal people. We are a tribal people. So when we have to build, when we have to come together, we have roles and responsibilities in order to maintain order, in order to maintain natural order. So if you've been listening to our content, you know I talk a lot about natural order. And natural order is a divine thing. It is something that was given to us and taught to us by our ancestors. It was passed down. So I wanted to talk about this video. This is just gonna be the beginning. They're just getting started. But this is a video about how and what it means to be a man. So we talked briefly about the divine principles, the divine masculine principles. To go over a recap, they were to protect, to provide, and to cultivate safe space. So let's go a little bit deeper. And remember, I want to hear from you. We can join our building blocks together so we can come up with an understanding. So the first one is to protect. Protection means a lot of different things. Not just physical protection, but we also have to protect the peace of mind. We have to protect the peace of spirit. So there are ways that we can protect our women, our children, our communities. That doesn't necessarily mean violence. Now, don't get me wrong. I do believe that you have to be capable of violence, capable of force in order to protect against physical attacks. But there are more than physical attacks that we have to face with. We have to face mental attacks and spiritual attacks. And the man is able to protect by being able to present discipline, be able to have order. Because when there's order and when there's discipline, it's easier for people to think. It's easier for people to act and move in a spirit of love, in a spirit of truth, in a spirit of understanding, when they're not having to act out of a spirit of survival or a spirit of lack or a spirit of uneasiness. So we also have the duty and responsibility to protect our women and our children from mental attacks, spiritual attacks, which means we have to be able to protect the women and children from any type of disruption. That goes into providing. What we provide as men doesn't just come down to resources and money. What we provide is discipline, instruction, guidance. We provide peace of mind. We provide these things for our women and our children to grow and develop. Now, as we work with other men, we work together to provide this for the families, for the communities, for the nation. That falls into cultivating safe space, Cultivating safe space isn't just about holding guard, it is also about holding a sacred space. It is about holding a sacred space for other people in the community to fulfill their roles and responsibilities. As we start to get into this, you'll understand that these are building blocks. These are building blocks that all rely and lean on each other. It's like building a house. The one beam is just as important as the next beam because they both support weight. And so as one man supports weight, another man supports weight, though that means that the women are able to support their weight, that means the children are able to grow and develop in a safe space. And when we already protect the discipline, when we start to give the guidance and giving direction, that means they are kept in line and they are kept on the narrow, they are kept in, I don't want to say kept in line, but they're kept in a certain form of understanding. They're kept in a certain discipline. So when we look outside and we see, the girls out here wearing all these loose clothes and having kids real young, and we see the boys being, losing their lives, getting involved in drugs and getting involved in gangs. We see, these different type of things. These are all disruptions that come into our community because there's a lack of guidance and a lack of discipline. But as men, we are supposed to be able to provide those structures so that our children grow up in a certain order, and our women are able to reinforce those things as they nurture the children. But it all, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, a lot of it falls on us. We have to take that initiative. We have to be that front line of defense because we are men. Now, again, if you don't feel that you have any responsibility, then this ain't the community for you. But men have a sense of responsibility, and that is how you gauge a man. How much responsibility is he willing to take? How much responsibility can he carry? How much responsibility can he own up to? Because he's going to be accountable to other men. And that's our job. That's our job, to be men so that women can be women and so that the kids can be kids. But I definitely want to hear from you. So go ahead and subscribe, send a message, send videos. Definitely join the community chat. Join the community, family business community. That's IamPoetics.co. But definitely, I wanted to make this video for us so that we can start off the foundation of building community and building family and building nationhood. All right. So again, what does it mean to be a man? This is our responsibility to be able to set the tone, set the definition, so that we can understand what it needs to be, what it means to be a man and to build nationhood. Appreciate you, family. Remember, the future's ours.